responsible management of something entrusted to one's care is called stewardship. Watch Stewardship with SNB on RSTV. Management of something entrusted to one's care is called stewardship. Watch Stewardship with SNB on RSTV. Hello, good afternoon, and once again, welcome to the live studios of River State Television, Channel 22, Port Harcourt. The program, as usual, at this time is stewardship. Of course, you know what it means. Give an account of the responsibilities given to you to manage. But before we begin, let's have my take. The ward is a micro-unit of our political structure. Every political leader or elected officer comes from the ward, yet it is often the most neglected when it comes to decision-making. However, in the local government administration, the ward is of utmost importance. It is the equivalent of what is often referred to as a federal character principle. Nevertheless, in some local government areas, while one or more communities are merged to form one ward, bigger communities have 5 or more wards to themselves. The question is, what should be the acceptable formula to distribute resources and appointments in local government areas? Should it be along community lines or according to wards? Today on the program, we shall be discussing local government administration and resource distribution at the ward level. I have with me a gentleman who will address these questions and many more in the course of this program. He is a reputable gentleman of Rivers origin who started his education at Bereton Nursery School and then to the Pabot Model Primary School, Borokri, Port Harcourt. He attended the Enitona High School, still at Borokri, Port Harcourt, for his secondary education. Thereafter, he moved to the River State University in Bolu, Port Harcourt, where he obtained a BSc in Business Administration. He is the executive chairman of ETCHE local government area, the Honorable OBINNA ELVIS ANYANWU. To join the conversation, call the numbers 080-3341-33660, again 080-3341-33660, or send text only to the number 081-725-23884, again 081-725-23884. Join our social platforms on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Stewardship with SNB. You can also watch us live on GoTV Channel 103 and Star Times Channel 113. My name is Solomon Nelson Braid. Now, let me welcome my very distinguished chairman of ETCHE local government area, the Honorable OBINNA ANYANWU, to the live studios of RSTV. Chairman, welcome to Stewardship in RSTV.
Thank you very much.
Well, we will begin, but not without looking at this video on our screen.
Okay.
The careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care is called stewardship. Watch Stewardship with SNB on RSTV. The careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care is called stewardship. Watch Stewardship with SNB on RSTV.
River State Governor Yeso Mazawike has sworn in the 23 local government chairmen elected during the June 16, 2018 local government elections conducted by the River State Independent Electoral Commission, RISEC. Performing the swearing in at the Executive Council chambers, Governor Wike charged the council chairman to prioritize payment of salaries, promotion of security, and environmental sanitation.
Now that you have become, I'm sure the only sense is not that you want to answer chairman or mayor. The only sense is to make a difference. Council money is for you to pay salaries of workers. Council money is for you to use for the development of local government and fight insecurity in their various local government.
He advised the newly sworn-in local government council chairman to work closely with the security agencies in their local government areas.
You must be at home to know what is happening. You must be close to the security agencies, the SSS, the police, the civil defense, the drug. You must work with them.
The governor charged the council chairman of Akuku Toru, Asari Toru, and Degema to develop the right platforms to ensure their communities are safe.
Akuku Toru, Asari.
The careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care is called stewardship. Watch Stewardship with SNB on RSTV. Mr. Chairman, I do hope that you watched the video with me and you saw the charge the governor gave to all of you on the day of swearing in. First, he talked about salary payment, and then security, environmental sanitation, and of course solving problems. And much later, we'll replay the video and then we'll get to where he also talked about your relationship with the legislative arm. First, let's look at salary. The governor said, pay salary as at when due. And the concern of local government administration is the people and of course the workers. What is it like in ETCHE local government area?
Well, for me as a chairman of ETCHE local government, it's been a beautiful experience, I can tell you.
Okay.
My salaries are being paid promptly. We don't owe salaries, we've never owed salaries, and so far so good. There's so much joy in the LGA because I'm very close to my people, I'm well rooted with my people, as you can see. So for the governor, he has put the charge already on us, and we are ready to take the bull by the horn. Right now, as it stands, so ETCHE local government is wearing a new face because we're giving it a new look from where I'm coming from and where we're going to at this moment.
Let's look at security. You have talked about salary. You've been paying salary up to date. Now let's look at security. ETCHE local government area hitherto was one of the flashpoints of insecurity and cases of militants and all of that. How have you addressed that since you came to power?
Well, you see, in everything we say we give thanks to God. When we as humans, we don't have all it takes to do so many things. So far, so good, I would say the Lord has been so faithful. In terms of insecurity in ETCHE, it has come to the minimum bearing in ETCHE land today. Insecurity is not something we talk about right now in ETCHE land because we've curbed insecurity. We've made sure every nook and cranny in ETCHE local government is peaceful. And working closely with the security operatives, with the civil defense, the army, the police, the DSS and all that. And so far so good, they've been cooperative. They've been working seriously, tirelessly to make sure they curb insecurity. Since I assumed office, from statistics, you can confirm from all the security sources that ETCHE right now as it stands is not as it used to be in terms of insecurity anymore. That I can guarantee you, because even as it stands right now, most of all the transport commuters pass through ETCHE now to Imo State and all that, because we've given them enabling security for them to have that avenue before you will be able to pass Mbopala down to Imo State. But right now as it stands, so there's insecurity in ETCHE, it has come to the minimum barrier.
Let's look at environmental sanitation. How far have you inculcated good sanitary habits in the inhabitants of ETCHE local government area? The governor harped on it, environmental sanitation.
Yeah, in terms of environmental sanitation, immediately I assumed office, what I had to do was to take it upon myself to make sure that I supervise environmental sanitation myself. Because as a leader, you must show good example. So I didn't want to put it into the hands of any person that would sabotage me in that aspect. So what I did was to make sure I supervise it myself. I did it first, second, and third, to make sure everywhere in ETCHE, in terms of environmental sanitation, is being held. I had a series of meetings with some environmental experts and all that, which they gave me some statistics on it, and which we are implementing. Until I gave appointment to the new environmental sanitation chairman, and I've given him the charge to make sure that everything, and so far so good. The new environmental sanitation chairman in ETCHE, it's an expert in environmental environmental work. So far so good. The environmental sanitation in the ETCHE local government has been much improved.
Mr. Chairman, what's the formula? The policy is all about sharing resources, probably evenly to the communities that make up a local government area. What is the sharing formula of resources to the wards that make up your local government area? Is it according to communities or is it according to wards?
When you say sharing formula, it differs.
In terms of appointments and of course other resources as well,
okay,
amenities and all of that.
That's why I said
within the council.
That's why when you say sharing formula, that's why I say it differs. Now it comes in terms of appointments. You know, we have two constituencies in the ETCHE local government, constituency 1 and constituency 2. So when it gets to constituency, we have clans in these constituencies. So when you throw into constituency 1, you look at constituency 2 to balance it, to make it even. So when you bring something into, when you're going into a constituency in terms of sharing positions and all that, probably you have 3 positions to go into constituency 1. You look at the clans. If you throw this to one other clan, you throw this to the next clan. So you make sure it balances. So if you're looking at constituency-wise, you throw into constituency 1, then you go into constituency 2. If you have an appointment, if you have 3 or 4 appointments, you want to go into constituency 2 or constituency 1. What you do is you now check the clans that involves in that constituency to make sure you balance it in those clans to make sure it is even, so that you don't have problems in terms of sharing formula.
Exactly.
So that's how we'll be doing it in my own area. So it's quite easy, because now it's easy because, like I said here, constituency 1 and constituency 2. You have 2 positions you want to throw. I say, okay, what I'll do now, constituency 1, you take 1. Constituency 2, you take this other one. Then I have 3 or 4 positions I want to throw into constituency 2. What I need to do is just to check the clans involved in this constituency and put them evenly in this clans. That's about it.
Okay, we will plead with the studio to play us a video, and then we will comment on it. The chairman will comment on it. Studio, please play us our next video.
Without Okada, or the ones riding for somebody, or the one on high purchase. I don't want owners of Okada here. Applause. How many of them? Go ahead. And today I want If you pick number 5. If you pick number 5, you take this machine and fill it up on top today, free of charge.
Chairman, you
take this chairman will have the opportunity to produce this machine for you to get free of charge. All these stickers on this machine will remain till after 2019. If you win this bike, nobody will take any ticket on this bike till after 2019. Sorry, wait a minute. I want to encourage all of you. This government is the government of the ETCHE people. This government will reach the dividends. The ETCHE people will reach the dividends of democracy in this government. Nobody will pay 1 dime on this Okada today. I will give it free of charge. But I'm going to do ballot system.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I was almost thinking that it's a Charlie Boy show. But I saw you on a motorbike and in the midst of a crowd in ETCHE, one of the communities. What's really going on there?
Well, as you can see,
first, clear that it's not a Charlie Boy show.
Not a Charlie Boy show.
Okay, what is it?
Not at all. Like as you can see, you asked the question when I got into this show. How do you distribute resources and all that? And the governor made a charge that local government resources is meant for payment of salaries and development of local government. What you just saw is part of development, part of empowerment of my people. I woke up one day and I felt like you need to get really, really close to the people. It's not by sending people. As a leader, you should see yourself as a pit, as a leader. As a leader, you should be able to stand in front and lead your people as a leader. What you're seeing right now is not a show, but a reality of facts.
You hired them the bike, or
no? It's a free.
The council hired them.
No, the council bought bikes and gave it out to the less privileged for free.
Pro bono, free of charge.
Free of charge. And these people that won these bikes, I've never met them in my life.
Oh, I see.
I don't know them from Adam. They're ETCHE citizens, and it was free for all. It was a ballot system. If you pick the right number for it.
But you had a date in mind to gather them together, or you just, dashed it to?
You see, sometimes, sometimes, these things are better done unexpected. Because sometimes when you over prepare for some certain things, it doesn't really turn out really good.
Okay.
This was a surprise to my people because they didn't see it coming. Because sometimes when you go and make an announcement for such things, they probably think it's probably one of those political statements that politicians come and make.
Yeah.
But this time around, it's not like that. And I just surprised them, from one pack to the other. Like we discussed about distribution. From what you're seeing from that picture, that's from constituency 1. We started from constituency 1.
Okay.
Okay. For the first set of people of the Okada movement, we started from constituency 1 from the first pack, and we did a raffle draw for them.
Is it for indigent people or just all residents who find themselves in the ETCHE local government area? How are you able to identify who they are?
For indigents, one, I got into the park and I asked for the union chairman to identify his people, to identify the less privileged, because I didn't want a situation where those people that already own bikes will come and pick again. And I wanted those people that don't even have a bike or riding for someone or doing hire purchase, so that they should be able to pick and own theirs. So I made it clear to them that I don't want to see any person that owns a bike here. So what the union chairman did was to screen them. So he did the screening and they agreed and they stand on the queue.
Okay.
And I put the ballot papers in my arm.
Maybe the studio can help us. Let's see that video where they are on queue waiting for the ballot. Studio, please, you can assist us where the chairman, yeah, that's it. You comment on it. Yeah, comment on it. You
can see from there that they have to start on the queue and they were picking, so that we don't get a situation where somebody comes to pick double slots. So when you
this is indeed part of your empowerment program.
Part of my empowerment program.
Yeah.
So they were picking and picking until the winner emerged. Once the winner emerges,
that must be a winner. One of the winners. Am I correct?
When the winner emerges, we'll hand over the keys to him, and like we have said, you can see stickers on those bikes. Wicked 2019.
Oh, I see.
Showing that the governor already that they have here is ready and ever ready, and what we owe him is to return him back. So it's like those stickers on the bike should be there, and I've already made an announcement that all the winners on those bikes will run those bikes for free of charge without paying any revenue on those bikes.
How often does this happen? Is it monthly? Is it weekly or something? How often?
That's in
this balloting.
No. Like I said, I can just wake up and decide to do.
Oh, I see.
I can decide to do any program. You get it for any empowerment program I want to do.
I see.
We started with this one. We have another design again that is coming up, which is going to be a surprise for them.
Okay, we'll come back to your empowerment program, but let's get down to real business. Many believe, or it is unarguably true, that your father is an influential member in PDP here in River State. Very influential here in the state, and of course in ETCHE local government area. People are of the opinion that he rode on the influence and of course the popularity of your father to win election in ETCHE local government area. Is this true?
The popularity of what?
Your father and his influence to win election in ETCHE local government area. Is that true?
That's what I wrote on.
I'm asking, is that true?
No,
That's what people say.
That's not true. Because
You have the opportunity to say it.
Yeah, that's not true because my father is my father. Do you get the point? And he has played his own part in terms of politics.
It is not untrue that he's a very influential and very popular person. It is not untrue.
No, he is influential and popular. That is, that's what I say, that is for him.
So he didn't ride on in his influence to win election?
No, not at all.
Tell us about it.
No, because one, I've been there in the ETCHE local government. I've been former essay to the former governor. So I've been in the system.
Okay.
There's nobody in this world.
You were already popular before now.
There's nobody in this world that was born a politician. It's a passion thing. If you have the passion in you, you excel. Because you can't go into what you don't like. You're here in the studio. This is a passion thing for you. So somebody cannot say, oh, you're riding on your GM to get this point. Your GM is somebody that everybody knows. Her name is a global name. And you're here today interviewing me. Does not mean that, wow, you're riding on the name of your GM.
Well, in political circle, that's what people will think.
Yeah,
because,
no, in political circle, whether you like it or not, in political circle, we have platforms. We have platforms in political circles, whether we like it or not. In this, both in the state and even at the federal level. Yes, if they say yes, I'm in the platform of Prince ANYANWU, it's quite reasonable, because we like now at the state level now we say yes, we're on the platform of Chief Barrister Ezebunwonye Sowike. That's the platform we are all riding on. You can't change that fact. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Today, there's somebody at the helms of affairs at the presidential level. Was when you talk, they say, these are Buhari people. So that's how it is. So if I belong to a platform, it's not a bad thing.
Mr. Chairman, we will play, studio assistants will play some images, and then while the chairman explains what is really happening, let's have the studio to assist us, please. Studio, you may please assist us. One more video there. That's it. Just look at it. Mr. Chairman, what's really happening?
As you can see in that picture, I felt a while that I needed to see, relate with my people.
That's a market.
Yes.
And market women and all that.
Market women.
So what are you doing there?
I went into the market because sometimes, they don't have the access, they don't have the time, to come to me. And the beautiful part of it is that I thought it was like I need to go to my people. So I fixed a day and I said, today I'm going to walk in the market. And I have to visit different markets, to see the mind of my people, to see the mind of the market women.
To interact with them.
Interact with them. We had an interactive section, and we had to do little empowerment for them.
Did you offer them any gifts?
That's what I'm saying, little empowerment for them. You see.
What do you call little empowerment?
What I mean, empowerment in terms of,
cash.
Cash empowerment to add to the improvement of their businesses in the market, because most of them are petty traders, and you see them hawking vegetables, selling this and selling that, and you're like, okay, you buy from them. I did little shop. I shopped a whole lot from them, and did what I had to do for them in terms of adding to their businesses to make sure they could sell out, improve their business, so I can have a living for themselves.
Mr. Chairman, we'll take a short break and I will come back to the live studio for more conversation with the chairman of ETCHE local government area, the Honorable OBINNA ANYANWU. Please stay with us. The careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care is called stewardship. Watch Stewardship with SNB on RSTV. The careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care is called stewardship. Watch Stewardship with SNB on RSTV. Welcome back once again to the live studios of River State Television, Channel 22, Port Harcourt. The program is Stewardship here in the studios, and my guest hasn't changed, the chairman of ETCHE local government area, Honorable OBINNA ANYANWU. Mr. Chairman, once more, welcome to the studios.
Thank you very much.
Now, what will you consider first, empowerment or infrastructure, given the lean pulse of local governments all over the country, including your own? If you're given two choices, empowerment and infrastructure, which one will come first?
Well, for me, I think empowerment will come first at this point, because you have to make the people happy.
Yes. Yes, to join the conversation once more, let's take the numbers again, 08033413360, and you can send text messages to the number 08172523884. We're already having calls. The phone's line are buzzing. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Who are we talking with, and where you are calling from, please?
My name is Chief Promise One JP. I come from the ETCHE local government area.
You have the chairman of the ETCHE local government area live in the studio here. You can interact with him or ask him questions.
Yes. Good day, the relative chairman of the ETCHE local government, OBINNA, ANYANWU.
Good day.
Fundamentally, I want to appreciate you for your good work in the ETCHE land.
Thank you very much.
And also, I want to advise you to still keep on inconveniencing yourself in order to return and sustain your political positive politics, because your emergence as our local government chairman has yielded a very apt result.
Thank you so much.
To our land.
Thank you so much for the accolades. I think he is appreciating you already.
This reminds me too.
Oh, thank you.
The first month you assumed office, something terrible happened.
You have
to,
you have 2 seconds to wrap up. Thank you. Let's take another call again. Thank you so much. He heard you. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello?
Good afternoon. This is RSTV. The chairman of the ETCHE local government area is here with us live in the studio. Good afternoon.
My name is Barrister Chigozie.
Barrister Chigozie. Yes, go on. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from local government.
Yes, go on.
So I want to thank my ELVIS and ENYANWU chairman for having
Accolades pouring in everywhere.
to keep the things they have achieved within this particular of office.
Okay.
Well, all he has shown to us there, all he has told us there, nobody has any reason to doubt it, because these are things the black card, the deaf card here. So far, so good, we've done well. And I want to encourage you that you should sustain the country you have started. And God Almighty, I believe it only will see you. Yeah, right. The Lord is your friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have talked so much about development and infrastructure. Let's get down to other areas. Now, ETCHE local government area is one of the local government areas here in Rivers State that has benefited immensely from the present administration. How will this translate to in 2019?
Well, it's as simple as ABCD. The governor, our leader, Chief Barrister Ezebunwike, has done so well for the good people of ETCHE. When you talk about translating it into 2019, it's visible. It's not something words can say. It's something our eyes can see. For the good people of ETCHE, we owe him more than enough.
Yeah.
All we owe him is to return him, give him our votes come 2019. The governor has done so well for the good people of Rivers State. Not just ETCHE. When you talk about ETCHE, ETCHE is just one part. The entire Rivers State as a whole. There's no local government in Rivers State that the governor has not touched. You can see that is Odufo Apoko Umoye Road.
Okay.
That road, since the exception of ETCHE, no stone base has touched that soil.
Okay.
That I'm talking about donkey years.
How many kilometers road?
That's about close to 18 to 20 kilometer road.
I see.
The governor has done more than enough for ETCHE. ETCHE was cut out of Rivers State. You can see.
Because of bad road
Bad
before
road.
now.
You couldn't cross from Igruta to Chokocho because that's the link to the entrance of ETCHE. The governor made it possible for us to get into ETCHE with a speed limit of approximately 40 minutes from Port Harcourt to ETCHE. Before, that deadlock road would keep you there. Not even tipper could be able to pass that road. The Chokocho Igruta road, there's no way. Tippers would sink in that road. But the governor, when he came in for his campaign, he made a promise that if I become the governor of Rivers State, I will make sure I fix this road for you people. The previous administrations have been coming to tell us stories upon stories upon stories. And we are tired of stories. We are tired of lies. They keep promises and promises that they could not keep. But the governor came, and immediately he won the election. He came back to ETCHE to flag up that road. After flagging up that road, he made another promise. The road from Chokocho, Igbo to Rumukrushi, it was another deadlock. Thus, it was impassable, not for even for tippers, not for anything. He made a promise that he was going to fix that road. It's a matter of deeds, not words. And in the twinkle of an eye, we saw the governor back to flag up that road. As I'm talking to you, that road is passable. So as it stands now, we have two options, or have more options. I can decide to come into ETCHE through the Rumukrushi access, or I can decide to come to ETCHE through the Igruta access.
Igruta access, yeah.
To ETCHE. Not that that's not even enough for us. The governor came back that he was going to flag off the Chokocho, Abara, Umechem to Ozuzu Road. And before we knew it, the governor was there to flag off the construction of those roads. As I speak to you, the governor has commissioned that road, which the Vice President, Yemi Sibanjo, came to ETCHE land to commission this road. Is it for a man like that has done so well for the good people of ETCHE? I'm not even finished. He went further from Olakwo in Nii, and Olakwo Afra in Nii Road. He has done it. Smooth road, passable. Even a Lamborghini can drive on that road. That's to tell you how smooth. With professional construction companies. It's not just something that you say, oh, a local construction company came to do. Professional construction companies. All these roads I'm talking about. These are roads that will last for the test of time. And he has, but for a man that has done that. And you know, we the ETCHE people, we are predominantly farmers, the food basket people. And people come in to buy foodstuffs from ETCHE, and people take foodstuff out of ETCHE down to the township. Now it's quite easy for them to even come in. By the people before, you come into ETCHE, you probably stop at Igruta because there's no accessible road for you to cross over, and for you to get in, bring in the crops into the town, you have to stop at Chokocho, Jaba, and now try to see how you can convey this good across this bad road, adding more transportation to those crops, which will affect the business now. But today, people come in and out, like you're going to the bush market to buy foodstuff and all that. And they come in, buy their stuffs and go out. People taking their stuffs, come into township and do that. And for that, what we owe the governor, the only way we can say thank you to Governor Yusuf Wike is to reciprocate by voting him in come 2019. It's not a matter of how would it affect. It's already affecting, we can see. In Port Harcourt Township, as you can see, it's glaring that the governor is doing so well. And for a man like that, the only honor you give him is to say thank you. You know, because they say givers never lack.
Mr. ANYANWU, let me ask this question. So much accolades for the governor. He will win in 2019. But don't forget that he has been announced the South-South coordinator for the Atiku campaign organization. Don't you think that will cause a distraction in his re-election?
It will not cause a distraction because they've seen it that he has the will, he has the power, he has what it takes to carry on that position. He has it. The capacity, he has the capacity to do that because of all what he has done. Because they know that he's not a man of
you will flow with that line of thought, but let's take this call and then. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Cyril Wake. I'm calling from ETCHE. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. Go on.
Cyril. My name is Cyril Wake, calling from ETCHE.
Cyril, we heard you loud and clear. Go on.
Yes.
Yes, go on. Cyril Weke, we heard you.
I want to commend the effort of the digital chairman of ETCHE local government.
Digital chairman, they call you.
During the history of ETCHE.
Oh, the lines are distorted. Thanks so much. Sorry about that. Let's take another call. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Good afternoon. Yeah, what's your name? Where are you calling from? You have the chairman of ETCHE local government area here with us live in the studios.
All right. My name is Constable.
Could you turn down the volume of your TV set, please?
Yeah, I'm calling from ETCHE.
I heard you loud and clear. Turn down the volume of your TV set. Or stay away from it. Yes, go on.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. Go on.
No, you can hear me now.
I can hear you loud and clear. What is your name again?
All right. My name is Chico.
Chico, go on.
Yes, I'm calling you from ETCHE.
Go on, Chico.
First, I want to commend the chairman for the good work that he's doing in ETCHE. At least, since he came into office, there has been considerable change in it. But particularly, I have interest in him saying to choose empowerment as against infrastructure. And then I want to ask, for some time now, we've heard on social media that some group of students from USC who are about to go to law school thereabouts, taking a visit, we thank God he visit them. And we heard the news from appeals to him. But for some of them, we know that he's been interacting with, they said they are yet to hear from him as to the appeals to him. So we think that is a part of empowerment. So I'm asking, what effort did you make it to salvage that a critical condition that these students are in as to raising their fees for their law school?
Thank you so much. He heard you. You will respond to it. Thank you so much. Let's take one more call and then you will respond to all of that. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon. This Honorable.
Honorable who?
Afternoon. I was there for me.
All right, go on.
Yes, I'm calling from the local government.
Go on, please.
Yes, I want to first of all thank the digital chairman of the local government, the person of the Honorable OBINNA, ELVIS.
Okay.
Hello?
Go on. We're hearing you loud and clear. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. For the numerous work that he has established in the local government, for his empowerment, for the youth empowerment, for the women empowerment, and agricultural empowerment in the local government.
All right.
Hello?
We can hear you. Go on.
Yes, we commend him. I would thank His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, ETCHE, for giving us the person of Honorable OBINNA ANYANWU. And because of his magnanimity, they want to join him, all the youth, the women, the Christian community, to return His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State back 2019 to the brick house.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We heard it loud and clear. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chairman, we'll just go on another quick break and then we'll come back to the live studio for the final segment of this interview. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll join you again. Stay with us. The careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care is called stewardship. Watch Stewardship with SNB on RSTV. The careful and responsible management of something. This is the live studios of River State Television, Channel 22 Port Harcourt, and the program is Stewardship. My name is Solomon Nelson Braid. I have my guest as the chairman of ETCHE local government area, Honorable OBINNA ANYANWU. Honorable, before we continue, could you respond to the last caller?
Yeah, the last caller talked about the law students. This is a government. It's not my personal company. My office is open to every ETCHE sons and daughters, mother and father, irrespective of party affiliation. And the law students came to me, I received them honorably, and I've asked them, and they came verbally and told me about them going to law school and needing assistance from the council, not from me, because it's a council thing. And I said to them, well, it's a good thing, but what you need to do as student is to apply to the council. When you apply to the council, the application will get to me, and then I will minute on it and see how I can assist them, which I promised to do. And they've applied. Before coming to the studio today, the leader of the team just sent me a message, an SMS message, that he has sent the application to the office. I would have been at the office, but because you invited me on this program, I'm here today. So once I get into the office, I will get to see my documents, and I will go through the application. And most definitely the council will act on it.
And act promptly.
And act promptly on it. To make sure that the students, because we're there to help the students, we're there to help our mothers, we're there to help everybody that concerns in the ETCHE local government.
Let's take this call again. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Oh, we lost that call. Mr. Chairman, you talked about victory for Governor Nyesom Wike in 2019. Don't forget the case of Osun and Ekiti State. Particularly in the case of Osun, the PDP was winning and the result was put on hold. They later announced a winner on the other side. What if the same scenario plays out here in Rivers State? How prepared is your party to handle such situations? You're a party man.
Yes.
As a local government chairman, you're also a party man.
Yeah. We are not thinking in the negative line as it stands in PDP today. In Rivers State. Rivers State is not Osun. Rivers State is not Ekiti. We are prepared 100% to deliver the governor come 2019. The governor has done so well. The governor has performed more than anybody you can think. If you check today, most of all the states in Nigeria that you see things working and things going on, constructions and all that, in as much as the meager allocations that comes into these states, only the PDP states, only the PDP governors are working. And the governor of Rivers State has worked tremendously well. And Rivers State people are ready, 100% ready, to stand by him, to stand with him, to make sure we bring him back come 2019. You talked about what happened in Osun. Osun people should have defended their votes. We are out to defend our votes. We will defend our votes, no matter what it takes in Rivers State. We've had issues of reruns, you can see in Rivers State. Even with the federal mines, series of reruns, and we want them. We want them. Talk less of now that we've done more and more developments in the state, and everybody are happy. Both the market women in Rivers State, both the students, both the healthcare, both everything in Rivers State. You can see the governor has done so well. And everybody is ready and prepared to stand and defend their votes come 2019. And we've given the governor that. He has proven to us, and we have to say thank you back to him. And the whole Rivers State is prepared to say thank you to the governor. And the only way we can say thank you to the governor is not by saying, Governor, thank you. It's by defending our vote to make sure come 2019, we'll bring him back to Brick House. So we'll have more of this development, because we don't want a government that will come and tell us lies. We are tired of lies. We'll send the light. The governor has shown us the light. And for that reason, I don't think we'll give them that room to make sure they have that opportunity to do anything to distort our vote. We will be there to count our votes and deliver our results, and to make sure the governor is being pronounced come 2019.
Let's take you back to security, because it's one of the charges the governor gave to you on the day you were sworn in, you and your colleagues. Yeah. Now, ETCHE local government area is one of the buffer zones for cross-border kidnappings and, of course, militancy, because of the geographical location, Imo and, of course, Abia. Now, what plans has your council put on ground to forestall any possible breakdown of security, given these facts I've placed before you?
I told you at first, when I came and you asked me a question about security, and I told you, I'm working tirelessly with the security operatives. And so far, so good. They are doing tremendously well. God is on our side. I must give it to the Lord.
Yeah.
It's on our side. We cannot do it all. And so far, so good. I wake up every morning. My prayers are, Father, Lord, I put a chain into your hands. Lead my people. Direct my people. keep my people safe. And I go to work, things just happen like magic.
We'll take that call. Oh, we lost it again. Well, let's look at national politics. Presidential candidate for PDP, Atiku Abubakar, soaring popularity. What does it portend for 2019?
You see, 2019 is pregnant. And no matter what you do, no matter what you say, the Lord's hand is in Nigeria. And the hand of God will manifest in Nigeria come 2019. The president today we have, the candidate we have today, Atiku Abubakar, as you can see, there's so much popularity going for him. And our governor has said that he's going to support him in every way possible to make sure come 2019 he's been delivered the president. This country today is in so much hunger, you can see. And it's going to be a revolution.
Yeah. Revolution?
Yeah, in terms of hunger, to chase out this hunger strike. And chasing out this hunger strike is to make sure they chase out the APC come 2019. In 2015, you can see...
At all levels.
At all levels. In 2015, you can see there was no hunger because the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, gave Nigerians the best. Until yet, they pulled him out of office. But today, Nigerians are hungry. There's starvation in the land. So imagine what they would do in this period of starvation. It won't be as business as usual for them. Because come 2019, and moreover, the candidate we have today as a presidential candidate is a versatile president. It's a versatile aspirant. It's an industrialist. Even in his own company, you can see, you can see the amount of empowerment he has done in terms of employment. Douglas, when he becomes the president of Nigeria, Nigerians will have more opportunities to have more jobs. He will bring in more investors into this country. The APC has been in this country for 3 years and there's nothing to show for it. Not even a pin to say, this is what we have done in this country. This is what we are going to do. All we keep hearing is lies upon lies, blame upon blames. You don't blame. When you take over, assume office, what you take is asset and liability. So all liabilities, you must take it. The governor came in, if my executive governor of River State was doing blame games, he wouldn't do all the development he's doing today in River State. He came into office, he took all assets and liabilities. The past administration were owing salaries and all that, which he inherited. He paid all of that without even blaming anybody. He kept the abandoned projects that they left on ground, he kept completing them. You can see, like you see in ETCHE local government, the general hospital, that's an abandoned project, and the governor is on it. Other abandoned projects. So why would they be blaming and not doing anything?
Mr. Chairman, time is on our side. Let's quickly take this question and then we can see how we can round off. What effect do you think the order of elections in next year will have on the polity? We have the presidential coming up first, and then the National Assembly, the governorship, and of course the State Assembly elections. What do you think the effect will be like coming down from the top to the bottom?
You see, when you take off the head, the body dies. Talking about coming from the presidential. Once we take the presidential, everybody goes to bed. That's how it is. Because which we are going to take. So it's going to come down like that. We take from the presidency, it goes down to the National Assembly, just like that till we get to the floor.
Let's quickly take this last caller and then, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're on to the RSTV studios.
Yes, my name is Anele Barnabas.
Anele, go on with your question. Where are you calling from first?
I'm calling from Port Harcourt. I'm from ETCHE.
Anele, go on.
So I want to ask Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Considering the fact that previous governments have come and gone, and most of them also make promises to the law students as to how to assist them, grant them some money to the traders. What is your government doing currently to make sure that these students will go to law school so that their dreams will not actually die off? Considering promises made in the past, what is the
Anele, you have made a point. Let him respond. And thank you so much. You didn't read law.
Yeah, like I said to you, it's like I said here, I accepted them. They came to me, and I said, come to me. I said, go and write.
Even though you were not a law student.
Yes. That's to tell you I want to carry everybody along. And I said here to you, before coming to the studio, the leader of that team sent me a message that he has written. So when I get to the office, because my slogan is deeds, not words. It's talk and do. I've made a promise and I'm going to fulfill that promise. If I didn't want to fulfill that promise, I wouldn't have made it. And I've made that promise and I'm going to keep to it. I'm not going to act like the APC people that make promises that they don't keep. And I go back, I'm going to meet on that, and I'm going to make sure I implement it as soon as possible to make sure that...
Mr. Chairman, we cannot round off this interview without me asking you this question. You served as advisor to the former government, the immediate past government. Yeah. At what point did you disagree?
Well, politics is a game of interest. When the former governor and his crew decided to sell the soul of River State, and I said to myself I wasn't going to be part of it. I wasn't going to be part of it. You cannot sell the soul of River State and expect me to be happy. And I said no. I would join my leader that I said no to that. No to selling the soul of River State. And I had to take that decision. It wasn't a thing of money. It wasn't a thing. It was a thing of self-consciousness.
You're comfortable where you are now.
Beautifully comfortable.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, time is not on our side. What message do you have for first ETCHE local government, people of ETCHE local government area, and of course to Rivers people in the forthcoming general elections in 2019? Very quickly.
Well, I want to say to the people of ETCHE local government that they should be grateful for having a governor like Chief Vice President Wike that have brought ETCHE into the limelight as a first-class citizen, because ETCHE has always been looked like a local government that has been backward, like a third-class citizen in River State. But today, the governor has made us first-class citizens in River State. So I want to say to them that they should all keep to the word as they have promised, that they will deliver him come 2019, they will deliver their votes, and they should be all be peaceful and law-abiding. In as much as provocations will come, they should not fall into temptations. And for the people of River State, you have said thank you to the governor because he has done so well for River State. And in the same vein, to say thank you to the governor is to make sure everybody in River State should be able to stand and deliver him. Stand to their votes. Defend their votes come 2019. Bring out their PVCs is not to sit at home and tweet or go to the mail and say, I'm supporting Barrister Wike. No, the only way you can support him is on that day to go back to all your wards, all your units, to make sure you vote for him. Deliver your vote. Stand to make sure all those votes have been carried to the various points where they'll be counted, and to make sure you see everything done properly, because we are going to follow them bumper to bumper. Yeah. Thank you, good people of River State, and thank you, Executive Governor of River State, for the good work you've been doing in River State. May God bless you for us. May God keep you for us. May God continue to give you the wisdom to rule River State. Thank you and God bless you.
I'm sure they all have PVCs in your local government areas.
Yeah, they all have PVCs.
Particularly the electorates.
Yeah, they all have PVCs.
In the sensitization.
Yes, they've done that, and they've gone for the PVCs. The ones that PVCs are still remaining, we've made provisions for them to go back to retrieve the PVCs, which they've done. And so far so good. The PVCs are all in the hands of the people.
Well, that has been the package today. It's been a very hot seat and cold seat for the chairman of the ETCHE local government area. We've been talking very tough on 2019 and of course his empowerment programs in ETCHE local government area. I do believe that you've been very well informed about his activities. Even when you have doubt, he has cleared it out today. I want to thank you so much for your participation, for those of you who called in. And then for my colleagues here who have been making things very possible, pressing the right buttons over there at the council, I want to thank you all for doing a good job. My name is Solomon Nelson Braid. Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for being a part of it.
Thank you very much.
From me, it's bye-bye. Bring that water.